Hello, everyone. Susan Gerbeck from Psychics Explained. I still have Edgar, and here, let me brush my hair for the Stephen Black fans out there. Uh, I guess I could dust. Anyway, they keep on. I mean, my God, he's sending them over, obviously, to comment on my videos. They're not watching the videos, they're just commenting. Well, one person actually made a comment. Thank you so much for making a comment after you've seen the whole video, even though it was quite a lot of ad hominems. It was, thank you so much for watching the entire video. I appreciate it. So we're going to watch one more. I'm going to pick one that's kind of short because, I mean, my gosh, we go for a very long time in these things. Um, let's go over to his channel and see what we see. This is his YouTube channel. One woman told me in a comment that, well, let me see if I can find it really quick. She said that her videos got 500,000 views, that it was a reading he gave her, and she challenged me to go watch it, and she didn't give me a link for it. So here it is. She says, from somebody named Lucy Whiteman, you said in your, where she says, I sat there all 59 minutes of you talking nonsense. You're slating someone. I don't know, maybe it's a British term, slating, Slating, someone you don't know or have any right to judge. Lucy, I have every right to judge. Thank you very much. Um, Watch my reading from Stephen Black. Funny enough, no one knew how or why my brother died, yet he knew details no one else could have known. So, do you know the answer, Lucy? Because you don't know, if you don't know the answer and Stephen is telling you what the answer is, then how do you know if he's right or not? Okay, it could just be making up stuff. We don't know. Okay. If you see this, let me know what you have to say about that. Okay, you just heard. It has around 800,000 views now, maybe more. You clearly don't know what you're talking about. So until you do, keep your shifty, Shitty opinions to yourself, trying to bring someone down while you sit there in your little room with a stuffed chicken and 1,000 books you've probably never even read yourself. Well, it's actually closer to a little over 2,000 books. I can't say that I've read them all. Maybe in my next retirement, when we finally get rid of all these psychic mediums, grief vampires out there. So, yeah, I have a chicken. His name is Edgar. You got a problem with that? Oh my God. Anyway, so Lucy, I left you a message 17 hours ago saying I don't see a link. So if you send me the link, I'll review it. If it's got 800,000 views, that'd be awesome. So I went over to Stephen Black's YouTube channel, as you guys can see here, and I hit the most popular, latest popular. And it looks like the most popular is a Sunderland's taxi surfing on car bonnet video, which has 16,000 views. They come up with the most popular here. Then it goes to a 7,000 and 6,000. These are years and years ago. So recently, the videos are getting, well, not many, 400 views, 500 views. I mean, once it's a hit, it's about a year. Oh, this one's got 642 views, and that's 4 days ago. That's probably a good one to look at. Oh, but it's 9 minutes. Well, maybe I should look at it because it's probably a really good one. That's Sharni, who joined us at New Bottle WMC. I don't know what WMC is, but he's used it a lot. Is it a British term? I have a feeling it's a name of a club or something because I've seen those in Australia when I've been there. They have um, something club, like you can gamble there and you can uh, do stuff there. It's like a, not a pub, but like a, we would call here in America like a gymnasium, like a an event place, but it's more for, kind of more of a working person's kind of place. It's not like a fancy pantsy hotel or something like that. Yeah, let's look at this one. But I don't see anything that has a lot of views, like she's saying, that has over 800,000 views. So I mean, you know, if you got it, you got it. Let's see what this one's about.
What's this jumper you've kept of hers?
Okay, so now I'm
There's like a cream, like I don't know, it's a cream like jumper that she used to always wear. She was cold all the time, but it was something that she must have wore a lot, and you must have kept this cream jumper. Have you got like drawers under your bed or something, or like a bed what lifts up or whatever? Is it like a carp on it while you lift the bed up?
Yeah.
Is this where you've put the jumper, like? Because I'm getting tucked
Just
to.
next to there.
Well, I'm getting tucked to this bed, but like under the bed for some reason, next to Jan Summers stuff. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Must tax some batteries, that like, mustn't it?
Do you know what it is?
No, what is it? Does anyone want to know, or he's not bothered? You want to know? Come on then.
Everything's right in the box next to that box.
Really? Have you got a Pandora bracelet, like?
Yeah.
And did you get a charm or something? A mum charm for her? No, let me finish. There's a charm, a mum charm connected with your mum.
My mum bought me the mum
Right.
charm.
Right, that's on your Pandora bracelet. So you've got the charm with mum written on it, off your mum. Because I had to mention that as well. And I've never ever mentioned that in any readings I've ever said in my life, that's the truth. Even private readings, I've never mentioned the Pandora bracelet before. Because if I did, I would remember, but I haven't. So that's some more significant proof for you. You made stay.
all right. So the beginning I've learned is just where he's put the best clip. Something that he thinks is probably going to be the biggest hit, which was that in this case, that she has a bracelet. He called it a Pandora bracelet. So I guess it's a bracelet that is a thing. I guess it's I've had friends that have spent an enormous amount of money on these bracelets, and there's tons of charms you can buy. I mean, oh my gosh. And they're all, quite expensive. It adds up after a while. You can get them with items, zodiac symbols, places you've traveled to, just about anything. And they're really, really, like I said, they add up maybe 20 pounds, $20 or 20 pounds per little charm you put on there. And the whole thing gets very full. And you're supposed to get them when you travel or whatever. Anyway, so he's saying that he's never mentioned that before in any reading he's ever done. Again, it feels like he's protesting too much. So if you have a talent to be able to communicate with the dead, you don't need to be constantly saying, and he's done this in the last video that I watched too. It's the first time I mention it. I see this is evidence. So if you say that too often, it means that you're like calling attention to the fact that you might be a fraud, and that I am not a fraud. See, I'm not a fraud, kind of thing. I'm really talking to the dead. And when they point this kind of thing out, it also makes you think that he's giving some sort of evidence. I mean, he can see the bracelet. He can hear the bracelet, the charms on it. He could have seen it earlier walking around, or one of the people who's with him. Isn't the camera right behind her? So, I mean, they could have seen this bracelet or heard it or whatever at any point, and he just thought, "Oh, I'm going to bring something up on that bracelet." And having a mom charm for a woman isn't really all that odd, really, when you think about it, especially when the mother has died. So, that's not much of a hit to me. And as I said, the more he's trying to bring information for his evidence, like he's trying to show evidence, the more you miss. So somebody in the comments of one of my videos said, how do you explain that he's remote viewing people's addresses in their homes? I'm like, he's not remote viewing. I don't have to explain that. He's not remote viewing anything. Again, he's not. I guess he goes, Sally Morgan does the same thing. I'm walking out the door and I'm going to the right, and there's a bush, and then there's a street. And then if I go to the left and a little bit more, there's a park. What are you doing? Name the streets. I mean, what are the street names, the house numbers? Where are we going? What city is it in? We don't get any of that kind of information. So yeah, if he's really communicating with a dead person. I mean, he makes it sound like he's really communicating with them. Like they're telling him things, but they're not telling him anything specific. They're telling him, my daughter has a bracelet that has a charm on it that has mom. What about it? She had a jumper and you kept it. She wore it the mom wore it all the time and you kept it. Yeah. We keep our family's clothing, something they've worn, jewelry and clothing. Of course we keep that. We've got lots of that kind of stuff. Almost everybody I know has kept something of theirs. A jumper, that, I think that's a sweater in the UK. And it's kept under the bed. And she's like, well, it's next to, I don't know, it just, why would the dead come back and talk to this guy who's at a pub or wherever he's at, and he's at the WMC, whatever that is, and he's there, and oh my gosh, I've got a chance to speak to my daughter. Oh my gosh, I must tell her she kept my jumper and it's in a box under the bed. I'm so glad. Thank you, Stephen Brown, for allowing me this opportunity to tell my daughter that she has my jumper and it's under the bed. Really? Really? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's look a little bit more, but I got to put the captions on these things. I forgot to do that because I really do. I have problems with the accent, though I adore people from the UK and Scotland, but you have to kind of be there and get immersed in it and really follow it a little bit before you start to get to a point where you can really understand what they're saying. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's go right to the back where he's starting a Pandora bracelet. That's some significant proof for you. You made, okay. So this is AI auto caption. So take that with a grain of salt that it might not be perfect, but let's dive in and see what we see here. It's 9 minutes. How much more I got left on this? Oh, it's going to be about 9 minutes. Okay. So let's see how far we get.
It's just messaged you there like,
Oh my God.
What's the matter?
Stacey actually has just messaged.
I know, it popped up on your phone, you daft bitch. Oh my God, it's real. No, popped across the top. Seeing are you getting something, I don't know what the rest of it is. And you're getting 3 matches on Tinder and all. No, you have a look, there's 3. The weirdo was like. What's your name? Shawnee.
Yeah.
Shawnee, this woman, you know when somebody gets past, I'm getting bad stomach pains as well, I don't know what that's about, but you know when somebody gets past pillar to post, like they know there's something not right with them, but like they're not getting diagnosed or whatever, and it's like went on and on and on, and I'm getting pains down here with her as well, and I'm getting like struggling to eat, I don't know, but that's the feeling I'm getting with her. I love how people try and film me on the sly on the phone instead of just fucking filming it. Dodge pot. I don't know, I just get the feeling with her, Shawnee, like, it's as if she really struggled. Like, and it was very frustrating for her. I feel like she really, like, she knew there was something serious somehow with her, but I just feel they just weren't recognising whatever it was, what was wrong with her, until it was too late, if that makes sense. Yeah. Which is a story I hear a lot, which annoys me, to doing what I do. I feel like she's saying there is inevitably it would have happened anyway with her. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think she would have been saved if she was diagnosed any sooner, and she's not saying it to like feel better. I don't know, but that's what I feel she's saying. If that makes sense to you. This wasn't mum, like, was it?
Yeah.
She did try her best, you know. Well, yeah, like she really did. Like, she done, like, I don't know. She gives me an impression.
Okay, so let's stop for just a second here. And I wanted to make sure you picked up on the words, the way he phrased this. And this is cold reading. So he didn't say this is your mom. He said this is mom-like, right? This is mom-like. He already knows it's a woman that is the target, because what he does is he puts his hand under a black sheet thing, something, shroud, whatever they call it, and he draws on a tablet, and then above him is the drawing. And the person in the audience raises their hand and says, that's me, I'm claiming that. And then I guess they give them the photograph of somebody. I think this is how it works. And then they show the two, and then we're supposed to say, yeah, oh my gosh, that's them. And then he goes and gives them the reading because the person's there. So he already knows it's a woman, whether he can tell if the resemblance is to the woman in the audience or not. But note that he says mom-like. And then from her reaction, she can say, she'll say more, and he'll figure out that it's her mom. So the image of the person that we're going to look at again, take a better look at, is a person photographed, not too long ago, judging from her earrings and that it's color, and she's a woman in her 50s, maybe 60, which would be about the right age for a mother for this Shawnee person. Also, I mean, it's not grandma, obviously, because grandma wouldn't have a photograph like this at this age that looks like this. But so it could be an aunt, or it could be something like that. So an aunt could be mom-like to somebody who had a close relationship with her aunt. So let's see if we can take a look. Let me pass this back for a second. I want to see if I can tell. See that picture better. Maybe they'll show it again. I'm trying to see. I can see her. I want to see a picture of what he drew. Okay, well, maybe we'll see it in a minute. But let's take a look at this other thing that is happening here. I'm just going to show you a still of what you see on the screen. And I've been advocating this for a very long time, that mediumship is a crime on women. They are absolutely taking advantage of women in grief, women who have been conditioned to believe that this is real through celebrities who endorse psychics, through magazines that are women magazines that endorse psychics, enablers of all kinds, TV morning shows, like news shows. It's a definitely a pseudoscience that's aimed at women, and you can see that here. It's look at the environment, look at the room. There's a guy who's looking at his nails in the back. I think I saw another man earlier too, maybe behind the cameraman. But it's a woman's thing. It's a woman's social thing. And this is how it's been through history, since spiritualism really took off in the 1830s, 1840s, something like that, with the Fox sisters. Really, really a crime on women. They're targeted, basically, and their friends are into it, and then the social media they follow, it's a woman's thing, and you can see that just in this little snapshot. It's very sad. So just thought this was a good illustration of that. Some of the women are just not buying it. They're kind of look bored. Others, like in her little table, are laughing at the things that are funny, but they're not really seem to be getting a lot out of it as far as what he's saying, because he really hasn't said too much. He's saying that, I mean, he could tell us her name, he could tell us where she was born, he could tell us one of her first phone numbers, he could tell us who her husband's name is, the name of her pet. He could tell, he really wants to offer proof, but yet the proof he's offering is she had some eating problems near the end, digestive problems. She was diagnosed, or she was not feeling well, and she kept going and trying to figure out what it was that was wrong with her. This is all common. and that he says there was nothing they could have done. Even if they had found it early, it wouldn't have done anything for her. Like, how does he know? I mean, so if this woman is communicating this to him, this dead woman, unnamed dead woman, mom-like character, is communicating this, she should be able to communicate something really more with evidence, like a name or whatever. I mean, he's cold reading clearly. So, see if we can get it right to where it starts. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it right to where it's supposed to be. Okay, I think I got it right to the right spot. Let's see if I have it right where we have it.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I.
Sorry about that, folks. I put that in because I'm getting trolled so much that they're not watching the video. I know it. So let's just see. So anybody's watching after this, don't say anything in the comments that is gives it away. But I want you to use the word apple in your comments somewhere, just so I see that you've made it to this point in the video, so I know you're watching the video, because it's just stupid. These people are coming over and just insulting. They're not, I'm attacking their person, and they're not getting any value out of this. They don't know who I am. They don't know what I'm here for. They have no clue because they're not looking even through the channel. They're not even Googling my name. I mean, they're talking about me being a Trump supporter and Americans and how miserable it must be to be in America. Oh. Right. Anyway, so let's move on. I promise I won't do that again. But let's see how many people. So follow the comments and see how many people come over. I'll tag Stephen Black as I have been, and let's see how many people come over from his people, and that he's sending over. Obviously, I don't get views like this normally, and I'm getting a ton of views, and they're not. I have YouTube statistics that tells me where the person is, what city they're from, that's watching the video, how long they watched, at what point in the video did they shut it off, all that kind of stuff. We get all kinds of stats. I could probably go more in depth, but I mean, seriously, do I really want to? I mean, I can see if you're watching on a PC, or if you're watching on an Apple or a phone or a laptop. Oh gosh, YouTube makes it really, really, really fancy. So I should be able to go back and look at the videos and see how many are from the UK. You could tell they're from their spelling, and also they keep calling me love. Okay, love. Like, why are you calling me love? No, that's not a thing here in America. So no, Edgar is like, no, I don't think so. So let's go back to the video. Here we go. He's talking to her about her stomach, and he's trying to guess what it is. Let's see if he comes up with her name. Anything, if he came up with her name, I think it would have been in the beginning of the video as one of the really big things.
He's up for whatever circumstances, I don't know, breakups or whatever, but I feel like she always done the best for her kids. Do you know what I mean? Like that was one thing that she was proud of with yous. Did she come really skinny in the end? Like scary skinny? Because I don't know if her skin went a dodgy yellow colour as well, but she's given us the impression of like she didn't like the way that like she looked at the end and didn't really want people seeing her like that as well. Yeah. You know, the biggest devastation for her, I feel, is as if like she felt like years was still young, still really, like for her to go as soon as she went, if that makes sense. Yeah. You know when you get somebody's house and the door's like a moving conveyor belt, like in and out constantly, all the time, like that's what I feel she loved about her house. Like everyone was welcome and everybody always like came, like it was the meeting point. with her. Like that's what she loved about it. And I feel it still was when she was bad as well. I feel like everyone always like made an effort to go round and pestered her, but in a good way. Do you know what I mean? Just keep showing us you're holding a hand. Like I don't know what that's about. I don't know if you hold her hand all the way until she passed, but she's like giving like it's as if like that handhold was really important to her because you really helped her like pass over. I don't know. It must have been a few years just sitting with her, just holding her hands and telling her it was all right for her to go because she was hanging on, and like it made her feel at ease that everyone was ready for her to go. Like it was more that yous were ready for her to go than her. And for you to tell her that it was all right for her to go was what helped her like pass, because she should have went 3 or 4 days before she did. Do you know what I mean? And like people saying like what you hanging on for because she just didn't want to go. But when you said to her like it's all right for you to, I don't know if you were sitting to the right of her and you had a hand and you would keep stroking her, but you were sitting to this side and you kept wiping her head and her cheeks and all that. And you telling her to go was like why she went, like because she just must have went soon as you'd said it. Last breath, and that's how she went. But she was pleased that had come to terms with it. Do you know what I mean? Like I know you'll never get over it, but she was at peace, knowing that you were all gonna be alright, because you kept telling her, "Didn't worry about me. I'll sort myself out and all that, and just it's alright for you to go, Mum." Like that's what helped her go. Do you know that's what was really like important to her. Like that's what I feel. You kept rubbing her feet.
My brother.
Oh, your brother. What's this jumper you've kept of hers?
Okay, so this is where we get into the jumper, is where he supposedly has this is the most part where he finds a jumper. She has a jumper under her bed. He's going to make her laugh again. It's really common if you watch hundreds and hundreds of these readings like I do. They bring him in, with some humor at the first as they're trying to really get, find their feet. And then they get him into the emotion. Then they bring him into some sort of like feel good, happy stuff. And then it'll lead at the end where, you do the right thing. And I want you to feel great about it, because they want people to leave these events with a lot of feeling of, I feel so much better. They don't want people leaving going, wow, Mom hated me or whatever. So there's nothing here so far, because a person who's dying, who's lingering and dying, not just went out for milk and died in a car accident and a sudden death, right? Okay, not like that, but a death that is illness related, where you have some time, the family starts gravitating around there. The woman loved her family. Yeah, that's kind of common. And that somebody would be holding her hand at the end is not all that odd. In fact, it is very common, extremely common. So far, he's got a lot of emotion out of this woman, and the woman sitting next to her. The rest of the audience is like, whatever, maybe they're contemplating and thinking about their own demise of their own family and, feeling it. So we don't know. We just don't know. I can't get into their heads, and neither can he, obviously. So now we're going to get into this part that we saw at the very beginning about the jumper. Now think about this. Think about how likely it is. Remember, this guy's done hundreds, if not thousands, of readings. So he understands the psychology of death as far as what happens to the survivors afterwards, what happens to the family afterwards, what do they keep, what are typical actions on the deathbed after, and even the parts of grief as they start to, make it the new normal. Because of course, grief is something that may not ever go away, but it changes over time. Hopefully. If not, you probably should seek out some medical and psychological help. So he said that, who's rubbing his feet? What's this about you rubbing her feet? And she goes, oh, my brother was. So now we know there's a brother. So now here we go into the jumper. Okay, so we've seen this, but let's just do it again, because I think we're getting close towards the end, thankfully.
There's like a cream, like I don't know, it's a cream like jumper that she used to always wear. She was cold all the time. But it was something that she must have wore a lot, and you must have kept this cream jumper. Have you got like drawers under your bed or something, or like a bed what lifts up or whatever? Is it like a carp on it while you lift the bed up?
Yeah.
Is this where you've put the jumper, like? Because I'm getting tucked
Just
to.
next to there.
Well, I'm getting tucked to this bed, but like under the bed for some reason, next to Jan Summers stuff. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Must tax some batteries, that like, mustn't it?
Do you know what?
No, what is it? Does anyone want to know? Why he's not bothered? You want to know? Come on then.
Everything's right in the box next to that box.
Really? He had to know what to say. I've never had this. Like, I've joked on before about Anne Summers, but oh my god.
This is on Facebook.
Not yet. But no, jokes aside, like, I will take that out if you want us to. But are you totally aware about this cream coloured jumper I'm talking about that you've got a verse? Because I'm saying to give us some validation, and that's what she's showing us. It was something that you must have wanted, I don't know, but I'm just getting shown that you've got this cream jumper, which was really important, and it still smells of her. Did she start nicking your clothes and all, like?
Oh,
Like all the time?
all
Like thongs and stuff?
not
Do you know the impression she gives me? It's as if like you were more like mates than you were mother and daughter, and you used to argue like that, or not? Do you know what I mean? Like she used to get on your tits. Let's be honest, and you'd be like, "Yeah, man," you know what I mean? But now you feel guilty, but you shouldn't, because she know she got on your tits, but she used to sometimes do it on purpose anyway. Like she loved to wind you up, if that makes sense. Like if she could embarrass you, she would. And you got a Pandora bracelet, like.
Yeah.
And did you get a charm or something? A mum charm for her? No, let me finish. There's a charm, a mum charm connected with your mum.
My mum bought me the
Right.
charm.
Right, that's on your Pandora bracelet. So you've got the charm with mum written on it off your mum. Because I had to mention that as well. And I've never ever mentioned that in any readings I've ever said in my life, that's the truth. Even private readings, no, I've never mentioned the Pandora bracelet before. Because if I did, I would remember, but I haven't. So that's some more significant proof for you. But you must still have, you must still wear that, I don't know, all the time. I don't know how you got on you now. I haven't seen it, mine, gospel truth. Is your bedroom, got a lot of white in it?
Yeah.
Like white drawers and stuff like that?
Not white drawers.
Well, that's what I'm getting shown. I don't know if she's pulling back now, so I want to leave a love with you, but has the rest made sense, so? Right, we'll give her a round of applause. Thank you.
Donald Trump's attempt to take.
So he says that he did not see her Pandora bracelet as the cameraman is standing right behind her, looking down at her. So who is it who didn't see the Pandora bracelet? I'm just saying, what's more likely? That a dead woman who's unnamed, who's the mother of this woman, Shani, in the audience, is saying, there's something about a charm on her bracelet that has mom on it. Or the cameraman saw behind her and could see it. That's his evidence. That's his best evidence, I guess. And the jumper was cream colored. Could have been a guess. Could have been just anything. I don't know. It's got to be a color of some sort. So a cream colored one seems just as legit as any other color. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't like purple with flamingos on it or something like that. Also, keep in mind that sitters are compliant. Being from the world of magic for as long as I was, with sitting in on so much magic, mentalism, which is people pretending to be psychic, with my partner Mark Edward up here, that you're picking people out of the audience that are going to say yes to things and are going to agree with you, and they're not going to challenge you. They're not drinking too much, but they might be drinking a little bit to kind of make them relaxed and to go with it. So people are much more likely, especially women, are much more likely to when it's a person in authority, which he's a person in front of her, a man, older man in front of her, who's telling her he's talking to her, to the dead, and all the other women in the room are also in on it. So you've got this social pressure to just agree and just to go along with it. So if it had been a jumper that she saved from her mom's, fine. But the cream color, she might have just agreed to it just because he kept pushing it and she kept agreeing to it as if, yeah, whatever. Maybe it was light gray. Maybe it was kind of a browner than cream. She's just going to go, whatever. It doesn't mean that much to her, but it does mean a lot to feel like she has to validate this guy and what he's saying. So what I'm saying is that he has not offered any proof. That was pretty bland, especially the Pandora bracelet that with the cameraman standing not, 2 feet behind her and able to have mentioned it to him. Not uncommon at all. And even if the cameraman did not say that, I mean, there's okay. Even if the cameraman didn't, it would have been not a huge deal when he saw the bracelet, because she's moving her hand, you can see the bracelet. It wouldn't have been such a big deal for him to see the bracelet and then say, I bet there's a mom charm on that, or a charm that mom bought for her, or a charm she bought in memory of her mom. Any of those things would have hit, right? So she just said, yeah, my mom bought it for me. And he said, it's got mom on it or something. She's like, yeah. So that's not how we would do a test at all. But, when Mark and I were doing hot reading in the years, we did this for years when Mark would perform at the Magic Castle, or he'd be performing for a skeptics event or whatever. I would have taken advantage of every single one of those things. If I had seen somebody with a bracelet and I could get a look at it and see that it had a mom charm or a cat charm or, a colored stone that resembles like a month of the year for a birthday, I would have no problem whatsoever texting Mark and saying, she's got on, her bracelet has a Scorpio little charm on it. And he would have pulled that out of he would have pulled her out of the audience, and he would have said something about her being a Scorpio, or he wouldn't even mention the bracelet. He would just be like, well, you know how Scorpions are. And she would have been like, whoa, because how could he have known? Because he had years and years of skill of hot reading. This is called pre-show. So pre-show, it's hot reading of a different form. Instead of looking him up on the internet, you take advantage of somebody being in the room and noticing something. You're in the same elevator with them. You notice them walking towards the venue where they park their car, you park their car, and you can take a quick look into their car as you walk past, and they're going into the Magic Castle also. So it's only a matter of time before those people go into the room where Mark was going to be doing his show. And when they walk in there, because I take a good look at them, when they walk in there, shazam, they have something on the back seat of their car. I seem to know, I funneled that little bit of information to Mark, and Mark just pulls it out whenever he has a chance. We did this kind of thing all the time. Now, Mark was a performing magician, mentalist at the Magic Castle. So that the venue is the disclaimer. In other words, nobody's attending the Magic Castle thinking that they're seeing real psychic ability. No. And when we performed at doing different shows across the skeptic universe, and you can find some of the videos on my YouTube channel with, he would come in and he would do the hot reading. He didn't pretend it was from a dead person, but he would do the hot reading, whatever information I gave them. And like I said, I had so much fun with this. Then in the skeptic world, when we're doing it, then I would come on stage and I would do a thing on psychics. And so he would do his mentalism act first, and then I would come in and he would disperse it with hot reading pre-show. And then I would come in and I would explain what was going on. And if not, if I wasn't there, then he would be at the end of his thing, like, you guys can't actually believe I really am like psychic and that I did this, it's a trick. He sometimes would explain where he got the information from, pointing to me or whatever. So people were not left with this idea that maybe he was psychic, especially since he did so much work exposing psychics. I mean, he even wrote the book on it, right? He did tons of lectures and lots of interviews and more and more and more exposing the psychic world and the different methods and tricks. So I know that nobody, I really doubt that anybody from the Stephen Brown world is here right now. If you are, thank you for being here. Make sure you leave the word apple somewhere in the comments, so I can see that you were here, but don't give it away to other people. Just so that we can see how many people are actually here because they're here, because they want to learn and understand the tricks or find out why it is that these people are getting away with this preying on people, preying on women, right? Okay, let's just be honest. They're preying on women. The mother got really sick and skinny towards the end. Yeah, she's not eating. She's very sick. She's dying. No, she got really, really heavy and she's gaining weight. She gained 50 pounds at the end. No, of course not. She's happy to see people. She loved that somebody was holding her hand. Yeah, of course. Anyway. Okay. Thanks, everybody. I hope this is the last video I have to do on Stephen Brown. I mean, this is just getting silly at a certain point. But if somebody has a really great video he's done that's going to change my mind, or that 800,000 viewed one, I'd like to see it and I'll review it because that might be interesting. But so far, I mean, I'm picking these things at random. They're not, nothing is showing anything more than just kind of bad cold reading. So there.